Phillies win game one. Phillies win game one. Phillies win game one. Woo! Jamie Lynch is back from Citizens Bank Park. We're all back. Oh, there's a breeze coming through from that. Wait a minute.
Nice.
It's a
I'm
little
keep
cold.
This going. These overalls get hot.
Welcome into PHLY Phillies podcast. It's our post-game show. We went out on the pre-game show, excited, nervous, all types of emotions, but we're coming back thrilled. Renee Washington, Jamie Lynch, all of you flying to the chat. Nice to have you here. Zack Wheeler and the Philadelphia Phillies knock off the Marlins in game one, 4-1. And it's time to celebrate. Well, at least for the time being. So with that, Chris Frezza, our social media manager, has got some drinks. Bartender Chris.
Victory drinks.
Victory drinks for everybody. Chris is going to take a drink,
Chris is going to do a rum shot. I told him I might puke on YouTube.
Come on in, Chris. Let the good people see you.
That is not... me drinking rum is not happening here on air, but I will gladly cheers.
Woo!
12 more. 12 more.
I got a straw. That's so lame.
Yeah, no kidding, it's a mistake.
Chris just took a shot of Bacardi. I love it. Put some hair on your chest.
Yeah, there's a reason people don't shoot rum too often.
I'm actually... Rum is actually my go-to drink. I should have did that instead of this. But here we are. All right, we made it. We survived game one.
Woo!
12 more victories before Tyler Zulli is getting a tattoo here live on the show. And the Phillies win the World Series.
It really doesn't sound bad when you say 12 more.
12 more.
That's it.
No, wow, your voice.
I was
It's actually
yelling.
better than I thought, but I feel like it's gradually getting worse as we're sitting here.
I tried to reserve myself at times, but the voice definitely got taxed.
So, Jamie, you were at Citizens Bank Park. Obviously, we were just watching from afar.
Fresh off the Broadway line.
Fresh off the Broadway line, flops and all.
I made it.
That was a risk.
No
he
pee.
made it, guys. He's back. Clean. Voice is intact.
Mostly clean. I did have some pepper and onions fall off my sausage sandwich somewhere, but I think mostly clean. Mostly
it's in the pocket, probably.
Yeah. By the way, I put a bag of peanuts in here.
Oh.
A very nice little feature to just pick the peanuts out, and you can check those out on FOCO.
It's kind of like when you can rest something on your stomach.
Yeah,
it's like your own little, So what was Citizens Bank Park looked like it was rocking tonight.
It was awesome. It was electric. Waiting in line. We got in around 7:40-ish, and the place was already jumping. Like, you could hear the place shaking from outside, and it was just like, come on, get me in. I made a faux pas going up the wrong escalator to our section, which, by the way, the seats I sat in tonight are the ones we're giving out tomorrow night. These seats are awesome. So something Brendan Lavelle, and his fiance. You're in for a treat tomorrow night. These seats were awesome. And the place was just dynamite from the start. It was tremendous. And Zack Wheeler, wow.
Yeah.
He was spec-fucking-tacular.
Oh, yeah.
He was just great.
I'm just cracking up.
And I apologize for my voice. It's probably going to be worse tomorrow night.
Wow, you guys are pouring in the chat, by the way. The reactions are coming in quickly. I was trying to keep up with it, but we'll try to get through as many as we can. People are saying, it's game one of so many more. You know, this is exciting. It's playoff baseball. It's Red October, and it's happening in Philly. And I can't wait to be at the game tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. But for today, we've got so much to talk through. Starting with Wheels Up, baby. Zack Wheeler, 6 2/3 innings pitched, was spectacular. The numbers, the consistency, gave up 1 run. 5 hits and had 8 strikeouts. We talked about Zack Wheeler and how he's been working to be consistent, working on his control of his pitch, just changing his pitch altogether, changing his mindset coming out of having Tommy John surgery years back, and how he's really evolved as the front and the top pitcher in the bullpen for the Phillies. And tonight showed us why. and made some historic moves in that game as well. Overall, when you look at the fact that Zack Wheeler joined the company of most games with 6 innings pitched and a pitcher that gave up 1 or less runs, he joined Steve Carlton and Cole Hamels, who each had 4. And then Zack Wheeler and Cliff Lee now sit with 3. So Zack Wheeler in good company. We've got some more tidbits and stats coming your way about Zack specifically. But as you mentioned, spec-fucking-tacular Zack Wheeler.
Yeah, it really was. He was dealing. And one of those guys mentioned Cole Hamels was sitting in the suite right below the seats. Not, I was above him, so I couldn't really see him. But he was in there. And, that's some elite Phillies company to join. It's a shame the 1 run even... he should have kind of sprinted off the mound immediately, but it looked like one of those plays that Harper or Stott, but they both, Harper missed it, Stott got it.
Yeah.
He was just a little late getting there. But to get 2 ground balls, a hell of a play by Bohm to save a run there at third. The leaps and bounds that kid has come defensively in a year's time is one of the more remarkable things. But it's a shame he even had that 1 run because he didn't really deserve it, I guess, because he kind of got those 2 out pitches in a way. So either way, spectacular start. He joins Phillies eliteness after tonight, and he really is becoming one of their best signings ever.
Yeah, he is. He absolutely is. We'll get into Dusty. We'll get into Alvarado. We've got an hour-long show here. A lot to unpack from that game. I know Trevor Rice is even requesting the song because the Phillies got the win. Yes, and we have a postseason version coming soon. Stay tuned for that to drop on SoundCloud because we didn't forget about that song either, Trevor Rice. We've got our victory song for sure, our PHLY Phillies victory song. One of a kind, but Zack Wheeler was one of a kind. Zack Wheeler just continues to impress, continues to progress, and just be a steady pitcher for the Phillies. And Tyler, let me know when you're good to go, buddy. But overall, to see Zack Wheeler in such good company as we talk about Cole Hamels, who could forget the postseason performances we've seen from Cole Hamels, including that 2008 run and how spectacular he was, that Zack was in the conversation. So it's great to see. It's a shame that run, as you mentioned, it's one that's, you look back at that play, it's a miscue, it leads to a run. But overall, Zack Wheeler, as we talk about joining good company, the postseason picture, let's take a look at it. Now, Zack Wheeler has his third playoff game with 6 innings pitched and 1 run or less, as mentioned. Now, Steve Carlton and Cole Hamels are the only ones with more games. So in 7 career postseason starts for Zack Wheeler, he's got a 2.55 ERA. He's got 5 quality starts in the playoffs. And as we talk about Cole Hamels and Steve Carlton, well, they've had 9 for Cole Hamels and 7 for Steve Carlton of quality starts in the playoffs. So Zack Wheeler, we talk wheeling and dealing, baby, because he is absolutely right now on a tear and in great company and not done yet, most importantly.
Yeah, wheels up. He is big game pitcher, all that. He's everything you hope for and more when you got him here. He is just spectacular. I mean, his slider was moving tonight. You guys could probably see it a little better than me live in person, the movement he had, but he was painting corners all night. He was starting out ahead in a lot of counts, which was key. So was Alvarado and actually Kimbrel too, to a degree. So, the Phillies knew, let's pound this strike zone. Let's get after these guys. And Zack Wheeler was spectacular. You know what? We didn't forget, but there's so many things to talk about. It feels like the first pitch, the opening pitch was so long ago. We talked about who it was going to be. We're like, is it going to be Taylor Swift? We did mention Rhys. We did mention Rhys. We thought Allen Iverson. We thought Jalen Hurts. Rhys did come up in the conversation. Greg, Rhys was the right idea. You were there. I mean, I could see it from the TV screen of how everybody was up. I honestly thought there were going to be some tears shed. Personally, I felt like someone was cutting onions. I felt the emotion starting to come in. But it was like an exciting emotion. It was it was happy tears. I got to be honest. I thought it was going to be a little louder. Yeah, I thought it was a little more. I don't know if people could tell right away, or we were coming in hot, 2 minutes before that because there was a little SEPTA issue. Yeah. But I think people were like, oh, is that like?
Did they say? What did they say? Because we couldn't hear.
I might have missed the announcement.
See, that's probably why too. I bet a lot of people missed an announcement.
But a lot of people were like, is he throwing the first bit? I expected it a little louder, to be honest. Yeah. But it was pretty cool. It was great to see. I think somebody was cutting onions around him. You could kind of see it on his face.
Yes, that's what made me emotional.
Yeah, he was feeling
Oh, my gosh.
So, 12 more, actually 9 more, and he can probably join you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what made it the most emotional when you're watching him walk away and he's getting embraced and I was like, Rhys. But I feel like, for people that were coming in, first of all, you're stumbling and all excited, and then it's like, wait, who is that? It happens very quickly. So
it was cool. Good.
I'm
good
glad
move.
it was Rhys though. I'm so happy to have had that moment that Rhys was the guy. We talked about it, and I think Rhys was definitely the perfect choice. Trevor Rice, you're also asking about the overalls. For anybody that missed our pregame show, first of all, you missed a great show, so sorry to hear that, but you can always go back and watch it on YouTube. But for our pregame show, we had our overalls on as well, the same gear. We're wearing overalls from Foco, actually. Foco is a great spot to be able to check out any merchandise, collectibles, apparel, overalls, friendship bracelets, and when you go to Foco, you can use. You've got the.
My wife
bracelet
hijacked
and the overalls.
Yeah,
Look at
my
that.
wife hijacked the other two, but I
There
kept the.
you go.
The
Jamie
old
is
school.
modeling everything that you can buy at Foco using code PHLY. You can get 10% off. I actually just purchased some stuff myself from Foco. They've got a lot of Philly sports gear, and again, these overalls, anything else cool, the friendship bracelets, bobbleheads, t-shirts, Take October shirts. Foco is the place to go to be able to purchase all of that, especially now that we're getting into Red October.
Yeah, I had a couple questions in line while we were waiting to get our tickets scanned about them and where I got them. And I was like, code PHLY on Foco. And one guy was like, I'm buying 4 pairs.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Woo,
And we met
sound like you smoked a pack.
Yeah, then
before
that's
you
just
came
me
in here.
taxing my voice tonight. Cigarettes are... Talk about puking.
Cigarettes are not good for you.
Yeah, but I met a couple listeners. There were a couple people came up and said they've been listening to the PHLY show and they love it.
Did you do any, you take any drinks with anybody?
No, this is all in stadium, so I'm not going to chug a $12.75 beer.
Nah.
I had to enjoy that one and sip on it a little bit, but it was great to be out there. The place was electric. People were fired up, man. It was awesome. Can't wait to go down tomorrow with all of you.
Oh yeah. It's going to be exciting. It only gets better from here. Now, there was also the confusion. We talked about you sound like you're smoking some heaters. There was also the confusion around Casty Clutch. Now, Nick Castellanos pregame was my player to watch. He delivered, rightfully so, as expected, but also delivered with what seems like he was flipping the bird, and then come to find out he was doing a little ring finger. It was cute. I know he was asked about it, and he was like, well, this is what it's all about. This is why we're in the playoffs. We want to win rings.
Why would I do that?
But at first, it came across like a nya, like flipping the bird. But either way, I loved it. I loved this. I actually wish it was flipping the bird. I don't know. It just felt like
I think
that
he was
made more
flipping
sense.
the bird, and he was just trying to spin it off. Like
Honestly, it was kind of like a mixed finger thing.
I couldn't see it because in the stadium,
I
saw people tweeting and in the Discord, like, did he just give the finger?
Yeah.
And I was like, I hope so, but I don't know why.
So what was crazy about it was we all were saying the same thing, like, whoa, did he just give the finger? And more importantly, they showed it on TV from multiple angles and even a little slow-mo of it. But at first, it clearly looked like he was showing the middle finger, but then he kind of moves to the ring finger. And they actually went back and did a whole disclaimer. So I'm sure somewhere there were some producers saying, guys, it looked like we just showed on national TV a guy flipping the bird. Because they went back and clarified, by the way, he was just showing off the ring finger. It's a ring finger celebration.
I guess he's going championship ring?
Yeah, it's championship ring. But again, the way he was fluttering it, it looked like he was doing a little bit of,
Yeah.
It was, and both fingers, more than one finger was moving. It wasn't a clear.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was definitely his ring finger. Definitely for us that were watching on TV, you could see it. Anybody at Citizens Bank Park,
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was like, why did Casty give the finger?
Yeah.
To who? What happened?
I don't know.
It's amazing how much you miss in stadium versus TV. Like,
I know.
It's part of the reason I love going to Eagles games. I do, but I so much prefer watching at home on TV. Not because of like just the Wi-Fi and free beer aspect, but like you miss so much in the replays and the angles and I mean, being in the stadium is unmatched because of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But, excuse me, I had a little hiccup.
Burping up some $12.75
Yeah.
but again, you get...
But you miss a lot being in the stadium. Yeah.
There's things we see on the replays. Like, we saw Nick Castellanos several times, the flipping the bird controversy from multiple angles. You only saw it once live, and if you blinked, you missed it. So there are some benefits besides just no line for the bathroom and the cheap food and the free food that you get at your house when you get to watch from TV. I see John Blaze is in the chat. Any other non-Phillies fans in the chat today? John Blaze repping the Braves, who's coming in talking some smack.
Already nervous. Big Mike D was all over him. He was like, Braves fans are already shook coming in here. Yeah, that's fine, John. Enjoy your downtime. Saturday night could be a different story.
The other thing that, ESPN on Facebook blurted out. That's the thing. They had to go back and clarify for
if
Nick.
They blurred it.
I know. But because at first it looked like he flipped. We all were like, whoa, he's flipping the bird. And they showed it in slow-mo. And he was doing like a two-hand thing. They had to go back and clarify because I'm sure somebody somewhere, especially with a deep wallet, was probably not happy. It's usually the heavy hitters that aren't happy about those things.
Yeah.
But
it's just the bird.
It's just the bird. Whatever. Lots of positives. Do we get into Dusty?
Yeah, because what the hell was he doing tonight?
Oh my gosh.
Thank God for Bryce Harper being not only the clutchest dude ever, but like one of the smartest baseball players ever. It was clear to me because I had the opposite angle of where the ball was hit, so it was great because you could see just like the whole field. It was clear to me as soon as it hit the corner, Harper got such a great jump. I was like, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. And then you see Watham down the third base line giving him the stop, and Bryce Harper wasn't even considering it, nor should he have. He made the right call blowing through the sign. And that's why I've always said I love Bryce Harper's aggressiveness on the base pass. Make the other team make the play sometimes. And that was one of those. I'm so glad he blew through his coach's signal. But Watham was like a -3 tonight in base coaching war. Like he stunk.
It started with Kyle Schwarber.
In the first inning.
First inning, no outs. Kyle's on base, and Alec Boehm hits a ball that honestly Kyle should have went. He's on third base, and we know Kyle Schwarber is not the fastest guy on the team.
No,
Don't get me wrong, but I think anybody makes that run and can get there in time. And with having no outs, with having it being the first inning, that's a chance to come out of that. You guarantee a run. I was so dumbfounded. We were all confused watching. Like, why are you being so conservative? It's the playoffs. And then they don't score in that inning alone. And then when Alec Boehm finally gets the RBI, it should have been the second for the day. It's like, well, finally. But overall, you can't have these hesitancies. And to see again later to be that conservative with Bryce Harper, who's flying around the bases.
He was moving.
Helmet's off. Bryce Harper's gone. You could see him, even the way he was turning, you could see he's gone.
In between second and third, he lost the helmet.
Yeah,
and
he's not slowing down.
And if you're Dusty,
see the hands.
If you see that, like, dude,
you're not raising the roof. You're telling him to slow down. I'm so glad that Bryce Harper ran through it, did not slow down, did not stop at go and collect his $200, kept going, ran through the brick wall, and scored, because that made zero sense whatsoever.
Yeah, Bryce Harper's one of the best Phillies I've ever seen. The guy's unbelievable. His instincts are almost always right, and Dusty might want to reconsider things in game 2.
Well, Bryce Harper's already in top 2 for a number of different categories for postseason history for the Phillies, and that in itself is... Yeah, he's a guy that you can count on to make the right call. He definitely looked like he was going to explode. His face, his cheeks were like doing a lot. But I loved it because it was in that moment of like, I'm sorry, Dusty. I'm going to make the right decision for the team. It's ask for what is it? Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. Like, go on and do it. Mm-hmm. And Bryce absolutely wants the ring. He's not slowing down. He wasn't. No, it's the game. The Marlins had cut the gap, and this is a chance to really get to score. We're not talking about just getting on base. We're talking about scoring runs here.
Yeah, and what are we waiting for? With Craig Kimbrel coming in for the save, which could have been a huge difference there. Somebody said, I forget who that just was. They said they saw the replay on ESPN. It was definitely a ring finger from Castellanos.
It was. But again, I'd
like to believe it was the bird.
It was some movement of this middle finger, which is what really threw you off because I saw a little knuck if you buck, but it was definitely the final finger that was standing was the ring finger.
Yeah, and look, the chatter's already started.
Oh man, here it is
in the chat, and they're not wrong. I ran into somebody on the subway, and we were just talking about the game, and he was like, "Yo, bro," and that was my nickname in a previous life, the bro.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Everyone's always talking about the bro.
And he goes, "Bro, what do you think? What do you think about the series?" And I go, "Honestly, man, it's all gonna come down to Nola. It really is." And I hate to put that pressure on him. And the RAV4 fourth inning tomorrow night, I might go to the bathroom and just close my eyes and pray, but. This is all on Nola, like this whole postseason, because Wheeler, the expectation now is that he's going to be great, and I fully believe that every time he steps out there. It's all about game 2, and if Nola can take care of business tomorrow, you really set yourself up great, because then you can have Rangers start game 1 on Saturday, and Wheeler will be back for game 2 on his normal rest. And then you can get probably most likely Nola back for game 3 back at Citizens Bank Park. So, look, if it goes to a game 3, you can probably win that. But getting that extra day off to set up the rotation for the Braves is now critical. And it all, once again, comes down to Aaron stinking Nola. And I'm pulling for you, man. I've been a big supporter of yours during your time here in town. And this is the biggest game you've ever had. And until the next one in the NLDS, it's going to be the biggest game you ever have. So it all comes down to Nola.
Aaron is the alter ego, I feel like, when he's not doing well. That's what I refer to him as. But hopefully we're not seeing Aaron tomorrow. Hopefully we're seeing Aaron Nola. But overall, do we have to jump in and talk about Aaron yet? I mean, it makes you, with every inning, with every pitch, and every time you're seeing Zack Wheeler doing well tonight, you can't help but think about Aaron Nola coming in tomorrow. Yeah. But I am so happy. That is why I'm so happy that Zack Wheeler and the Phillies took care of business tonight, because it sets you up very nicely heading into tomorrow. I know there is also a conversation. People were commenting about Jose Alvarado, Craig Kimbrel. Jose came in.
By the way, the stadium doing the Jose. It was awesome. It was really, really cool.
It's beautiful.
You could tell he was kind of feeding off of it. There was a couple times where he was just kind of gathering his breath and like looking up and just like taking in the moment.
Those are the moment. You have to.
Yeah,
I know the pitch clock rushes you, but it's good to have a moment to like breathe and pause and take it all in.
Yeah, and credit to Dave Dombrowski and the front office staff for getting him from Tampa for basically nothing. He's now become a swing and miss heater. My wife at one point like punched me after a strikeout and was like, "He throws so hard." She was all fired up, and I was like, "Yeah, it's straight gas."
She really just wanted a reason to punch you.
Yeah,
That's what
probably.
I got from that.
But he was spectacular. When he's dialed in like that, your bullpen, and Hoffman too. I mean, he came in a tight spot there and got what he needed. So the bullpen was great tonight. And yeah. I wanted to see Tyler Zuli's live reaction when Kimbrel on purpose took the balk. It was actually a brilliant play. Like
it was.
He did it twice. He did it the first time. The umps didn't catch it.
He's like, I'm going to make sure you see it this time.
He's like, guys, I'm balking here. You want to call this, please? So overall, the bullpen was phenomenal. It was a great night. You got some clutch hits. We always talked about those 2-out RBIs. That's what playoff baseball comes down to, and a good bullpen performance. It was pretty much a perfect night for the Phillies.
Oh yeah,
to manufacture runs without the home run, and credit to Luzardo. Like he wasn't really giving them stuff to drive. A lot of their stuff was bloops, and even Castellanos there down the line. It was a nice hit, but it was kind of like that blooping, line hit. So. It was a great win because they did everything they needed to do to get it done.
Yeah, it was a night where you didn't see anybody go yard. But still, with RBIs and some gutsy decisions like Bryce Harper's decision to run home, that was the difference. But you look at Jose Alvarado, a pair of strikeouts, did give up a hit. Hoffman comes in, clean.
Tough spot to come in.
Very tough spot to come in. And then Craig Kimbrel had people shaking in their boots a little bit. I know in Discord we were talking about it. People were like, I'm nervous. We all were a little bit nervous when Craig Kimbrel came in. But something that Tyler and I were talking about was Craig Kimbrel has that crazy, like, he loves that type of stuff. Like we were comparing him to a goalie in soccer. Like, they live for those moments that everybody else would be shitting their pants. And Craig Kimbrel's going to come and he's going to balk. He's going to make sure that he's balking. He's going to do his weird little thing, his like pitcher stance, and then he's going to close out. And Craig Kimbrel shined bright in that moment. That's a position that he does better in, and that's a position that, although we were nervous, okay, Craig, we see you.
The Welcome to the Jungle came on and the light show happened, and I was like, oh boy, please don't
Craigie
make me nervous.
time.
Don't make me nervous. Don't make me nervous. And that leadoff hit happens, and you're like, oh shit, here we
Closer
go.
Craig came out.
And then he just bared down, and he got the pop up that he needed, and it was from Jazz Chisholm, and it was like, all right, one down. Here we go, Craig. Here we go. And I do think, for whatever reason, the numbers prove it. Look at his ERA in non-save situations versus save situations. He feeds off that adrenaline when it's a 3-run or less game in the 9th inning. Just don't pitch him anywhere else. And it looks like that's, I know Rob said it's going to be a closer by committee. I know it was lefty-righty tonight with Alvarado and Hoffman and all that. I think Craig Kimbrel is going to be the closer here going forward because he's a Hall of Fame pitcher. And as you said, he kind of feeds on those big moments. Yeah. So let the boy eat.
It's good to have people that in those moments want the ball.
Yeah, he wants
to be in those big moments. And Craig Kimbrel is that guy. He's definitely, I think the less, to your point, Big Mike, there's some people that just work better where you don't need them as much. Like, we don't need him 2-3 innings. If he's coming in to close out, he knows the game's on the line, he wants to balk or whatever else he's doing, Craig Kimbrel will take that challenge. Some people shine brighter under that pressure. And today, Craig Kimbrel in the 9th, fantastic. Right on time, I agree with you, Trevor, and did a great job. So, honestly, the bullpen overall was steady, and that's where now heading into Game 2, you do have to wonder, does that continue? Hopefully it does, of course, but it leaves you very confident heading into Game 2.
Yeah, Kimbrel didn't throw a ton of pitches. Tyler, if you can look up how many pitches Alvarado and Hoffman threw, I don't know, maybe like 6 at most. Craig probably threw, I'm ballparking here off the top of my head, 21, 22-ish. Alvarado got a little bit of work there with the almost 4 outs. So hopefully those guys can all still go again tomorrow, because if they can go tomorrow and close it out, then they get Thursday, Friday off, and they'll be fully rested come Saturday in NLDS. Alvarado was 17 pitches. Thank you, Tyler. Hoffman couldn't have been very many. Those shrunk, if you can enlarge those fonts there, Tyler. Hoffman was 4, okay, and Kimbrel was 15. So doable. Both those guys, I would think, are good to go tomorrow. So, it was a beautiful night. I mean, from manufactured runs, outside of Dusty Watham, there's nothing to complain about. No, honestly. It's like it makes our jobs that much easier. I think probably the biggest complaints are Dusty and then John Blaze stirring up some trouble in the chat. I see you, John. I saw a couple people in the chat say that they thought the umpire strike zone was inconsistent tonight.
It was, actually.
So you guys would have a better look at that than I did.
That was something that we definitely picked up on. It was very all over the place, and it was... Now, it didn't impact things on our side, but there were some pitches that were a little close. I know Tyler and I were, especially Tyler was like calling it right out, but yeah, the umps weren't great today. But again, it didn't affect us, so therefore we don't mind. But, but you always get nervous because when does that swing and come back to bite you in the bum?
Yeah.
Oh, and Greg, thank you for the reminder, because there were a lot of people that were questioning the starting lineup.
Pache.
There was the bottom of the batting order. People saying they're nervous about Pache and Rojas. But you know what? They also stepped up and delivered just fine. And Christian Pache did we don't need them to hit home runs. We don't need them to hit
His
grand
first at-bat
slams.
sucked.
His first at-bat did suck.
Shit.
But for Pache and Rojas,
he got better his second at-bat. He saw some pitches and grinded. And let's be honest here. If Brandon Marsh makes that catch, but if Kyle Schwarber's playing left field, that first inning kind of line drive hit, that probably lands. I mean,
well, that's the thing. I was like, that's why Pache's there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he's literally there. And
his defense is great.
Yeah. So he did. I mean, he had a pair of at-bats. He did get an RBI. And then we saw Rojas score a run. So, hey, bottom of the batting order, that's all we need them to do is get on base. Do something. Don't strike out. And you can rely on others to help in a big way. So it's definitely great that we saw Pache with the nerves that people had delivered. And I know I was saying before the game started, we all gave our predictions. And Tyler said he thought I think he said Alec was going to go yard, right? He thought we were going to see a bomer tonight.
I had a bomer.
Wait, what?
I had a bomer.
Help. Like always, send help. Please, send help. Tyler thought we were going to see a Bohm go yard. I'm not going to say that word again. And then I was saying we were going to get Pache or Rojas was going to get an RBI. I said actually an RBI double, but Rojas scored a run. Pache had an RBI. So I'll say I was correct, to say the least. JP was saying the same thing. He actually thought Pache was going to go yard. So we had some predictions. As always, I was correct. I also thought that the Phillies were going to win by 3, which you copied me and did too.
Yeah, I mean,
and did too. But I did predict that the Phillies were going to win by 3 runs, and so did you.
Yeah, Wheeler shut them down. I gave the Marlins too much credit. Their lineup kind of stinks. So
wait,
I got you, Renee. You don't have to see him anymore.
Oh, bye, YouTube.
We're just going to get Jamie out of the show. It's now the Renee show because Jamie's out here doing the most, guys. This is what happens when you go. Yeah, I agree. I think it's DL Rutten.
No blue chews needed in Red October, Chris. You know what I mean?
Excuse me? Yeah. What did you just say?
Boner's kind of my thing. I always tweet Boner gifs.
No, you do. You really do. And I think you really enjoy that.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
Rick.
do.
Help me, guys.
I have the mind of a 9-year-old.
You know how they say, what are the things that you would tweet or post about to let people know that you need help? And for me, I always say, like, I like the Cowboys. I don't like Philly sports. I don't like sports. I'm saying all those things right now. Help, please send help. This is concerning. And then it's the stare off.
Rick says, poor Renee. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Greg, I agree with you. I think the Marlins are cooked tomorrow. I think Nola's gonna do it.
Cooking.
I think their lineup kind of sucks, and they kind of rely on. No, I don't want to say luck because they're better than that. But Arise is clearly hurt.
Clearly, somebody said that. He was
cannot
hobbling
run
around so bad. It looked painful.
He can't move. Jazz Chisholm went, I believe, 0 for 4 tonight. Tyler's X Factor Soler got shut down by Wheeler.
Shut down Soler.
So Tyler's X Factor was a great one because that came to fruition. Josh Bell had maybe the hardest hit ball of the game with the double off the wall there. But Casti almost got him. But for the most part, their lineup's unimpressive. And I do think this series is going to be over tomorrow because I do think the Phillies are going to get a home run. And if they get a home run and can manufacture some small ball shit on top of it, lights out. We're going to Atlanta on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, the Marlins have had 16 games where they were down in the 6th inning and came back and won. Well, not tonight, Miami. We didn't have game number 17. But yeah, I mean, Arise
I like
is
Arise,
struggling.
but he's
out there hobbling. I mean, injuries have really hit all throughout the Marlins. You look at their top 2 pitchers, obviously out as well. I mean, hey, this is part of what really separates teams. And no, we're never wishing for an injury, but you have to have a team built to go the distance. And a lot of people don't understand the playoffs. It takes a lot to get there. That's 162 games that you're playing before you get to the playoffs. You have to have the depth. You have to have the ability to manage guys. Now, obviously, some of these injuries, you just can't manage. But you have to have the ability that when you come into postseason, you're as close to being 100% as possible. And so a team like the Phillies, they are built with the depth and the pieces to be able to sustain and make a deep run and get to the playoffs and be as close to healthy as possible. So this is honestly part of it. This is par for the course that some teams literally do not do on the playoffs because they don't have a roster built for it. If you're depending on comebacks and 1 or 2 guys, playoffs really isn't where you're going to thrive. I mean, we talked about the Phillies on the other side needing to get a good lead. Don't dig yourselves in a hole. They go up 3-0. That's a great way to start. And that's something Trey was talking about. Trey Turner was talking about post-game of like, we helped Zach out. We were able to score runs. Zach was able to take it from there. You know, you give your teammates confidence and allow them to thrive in these moments if you're each doing your part. And you cannot continuously dig yourselves in holes or have all these, you know, hobbling players or injured players and expect come playoff time when the Citizens Bank is rocking that you're going to be able to squeeze out a comeback victory.
Yeah, and Wheeler, when he left the game, the place went nuts.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was just like, oh, man, that's got to be like such a great feeling to go out there and just dominate. And I want to know, how did it look on TV? Because it felt like I was there, I could see it, but, you know, I'm not seeing the red towels on TV and I'm not hearing it. Did it translate as well as I hoped it would?
It was beautiful.
Is the red towel when the red towels are going? It's awesome.
It's cold when you do that, though.
The girl in front of me had like a backward whip though, and she kept hitting me.
That used to be me.
I was like, "Can we just lean forward a little bit with your whip?" She was like, "Woo!"
That used to be me. I would be the one at games.
You gotta do it in front of you.
And I'd be whipping my entire family, and they'd be like, "All right, Renee." Again, I was a kid. This was back when I was out doing touching urinal cakes and everything.
Yeah. Maybe not everybody caught that story. So
I was you guys don't all know the story about me and urinal cakes back when I was a child. But I was definitely the kid that was always at games whipping everybody with the towel. And I don't know if it was a kid that was hitting you though, but
I was jealous of every little kid I saw in the stadium that night. I was like,
well,
your parents are all awesome.
And they get playoff experience.
Yeah,
as
these
children.
are memories that you'll remember forever.
I mean,
becoming a parent makes you real soft. I'm a real softy inside these days. And I see kids now and I'm like, oh, what a great experience. You know,
concerning, especially because you're also talking about boomers and things. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
inappropriate.
The duality of man, Renee.
Yeah, it is. On one side, you're a softie. On the other side,
I'm talking boomers.
Talking boomers. Yeah. According to someone, that's going to be the hook for our victory song. So yeah, I saw that in the chat too. Well, lots dropping in here. Hit
that like button, people.
Yes,
hit it. Smash it.
Comment, like, share. I know we also were asking you guys for your reactions. What are you thinking? How are you feeling? I know a ton of them are dropping in at the beginning of the show. Sorry I couldn't catch all of them. Definitely tried to. But it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun so far. We'd love to have these opportunities to have a great post-game show because the Phillies took care of business like they did. We predicted things to happen, and it did. We expected a big pitching day from Zack Wheeler, and we got it.
Better than I expected, to be honest.
Overall, he was grooving. He was at the mound. He had a little swag going. He was calm, cool, and collected. The place erupted when he was done after 6 2/3 innings, and the Phillies win. And you also can win by going to the Game Time app because the Game Time app gives you discounts on already low prices for tickets to any sort of game, concert, anything you're looking to buy tickets to. You can use that code PHLY, get $20 off of your purchase. So head over to the Game Time app as we are in postseason action. The Game Time app is the place to be able to easily scroll through their app. I have it on my phone. It is very user-friendly, quick, fast, great prices, where you can now be able to check out your favorite teams and be at the ballpark or at the arena, bless you, Tyler, or at the stadium cheering for your teams and whacking the guy behind you in overalls with the rally towel. Game Time app.
All right, so there's the picture. It is a ring finger. And the reason I'm seeing the Castellanos picture is because somebody has a full diaper online. Somebody named
Wait, what?
A full diaper. Greg Cote. He's got almost 100,000 followers. He's a podcast host, Miami Herald sports columnist, Le Batard show regular, his profile says. He quote tweets the picture and says, "Hey, Nick, you're on national TV. Middle finger or ring finger? Not a good look." Dude. All right. So it wasn't the middle finger, but even if it was, come on. Come on, man.
You know,
like people curse on cable television now in the year 2023. I don't think I'm surprised to see somebody getting upset about the middle finger.
I'm more upset about the guy they showed on the screen that was stripping and had the big P on his chest and was
the umpire that was dancing with the fanatic.
Yeah.
Good for that guy with that. Wait. He was dressed as an umpire and he was dancing with the fanatic and then he ripped off the umpire's shirt.
See, by the time I don't even know if we saw him with an umpire shirt on. By the time we saw him on TV, he was
on
shirtless.
the field, right?
Yeah, and he was pulling something out of his pocket. I was like, oh no, what's happening with the pants?
Doing like the pant
I got
leg.
nervous with the pants because he was reaching for his pants. I didn't know what's happening. I'm more concerned about that guy dancing with the Fanatic, jiggling and stripping.
By
almost.
the way, the Fanatic was rocking this exact pair tonight.
I saw you. You guys should have taken. I wish you could have got a picture that you guys were tweeting.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm more concerned about that than the ring. I mean, we have seen.
Come on, it's a middle
across
finger.
sports.
My
honestly,
God.
we've seen some like ring me types of celebrations. The ring.
Didn't Beyonce do a whole song? Like
Beyonce did a whole song about it, and literally was. I mean, granted, her whole hand was up; it wasn't one finger. But either way, we fully like as soon as when they showed it back, I was like, oh, that is a ring finger, because anybody with common sense is not looking at it saying it's a middle finger.
Big Mike points out, yeah, he's a Marlins writer, hence the full diaper. You know, number 1 or number 2, maybe both. We don't know. But Greg, can't change your diaper.
What is the diaper part? I'm thoroughly confused.
He's a baby peeing himself. He's got a full diaper. When they pee in the diaper, and he's wet. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Help! Ayúdame, por favor. Maybe if I say it in Spanish, you guys will
I don't want to like personally attack the guy.
Por favor.
He just seems like he's got a full diaper. Go get a new one, bro. That's it. You know.
Is that like a trash talking thing?
Yeah, I'm a full diaper guy. I use that for people that get upset online over stupid things.
I just feel like you shouldn't have to explain it.
I mean, I thought that one was be understood.
Have you guys heard that? You're a full diaper? That's the only person I've heard say it. I mean, I've heard like you're a big baby, you're a brat, but like
full diaper. Change it.
Change it.
I'm in diaper mode still. I'm almost out of it, so maybe
Oh, the little baby. I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, look,
little baby needs a new diaper. Somebody get Greg a new diaper, little baby.
Is his name Greg also?
Yeah, his name's Greg Cote.
Oh, that's weird because Greg is also calling him a little baby. Our friend Greg, not the Greg that's a baby. But
I mean,
it's too much. I don't like, I do not like when people complain about celebrations or any sort of trash, although I'm complaining about your trash talking, but we're not in a game, so it's different. Trash talking.
You just didn't get it. It's okay.
It just went over my head. Trash talking, celebrations, anything like that when people are complaining. It's too much. It's way too much because this is sports. Like we're not talking about.
Yeah, it's
like grow a pair.
There's real problems.
Grow a pair.
Yeah.
Here's one for you because honestly, what are we talking about? You're just mad your team's losing. You're just mad because you have nothing else to talk about and write about and post about.
And babies get cranky when they have a full diaper.
And it's past his bedtime clearly, and he needs some milk and a bed. But it's too much.
I have that butt cream, butt paste that I use on the girls when they get a little diaper rash.
Oh yeah.
So maybe Greg needs a little butt cream.
Yeah, he's butt hurt. He's a little butt hurt right now. No, it is definitely too much. You're celebrating. You're excited. That's why I honestly wouldn't have minded if he flipped the bird either because. To me, it was like, fuck yeah. Like, that's what I was like, okay, he's like a hell yeah, guys. You're rallying the troops. And Nick is that guy. He doesn't seem like the type to celebrate with something that's calm. I feel like every celebration we see from Nick is over the top and excessive and aggressive. So to me, it was on brand for a Castellanos celebration that he's flipping the bird. But the ring was cute too. We'll take that also.
Never get on the bad side of Philadelphia sports Twitter. And give us a follow at PHLY_Phillies on there. The comments under it, the Phillies fans already found it. It's tremendous. A lot of grow up, shut up, dork. It might not be your style, but it's not even the middle finger. It's definitely Phillies style. Now you're just whining. The Billy Crystal tissue gif, the Karen calling the cops gif, a lot of tissue stuff, couple Ross from Friends like that.
Oh, there's a goodie.
He's just getting Beavis, Beavis and Butthead gifs. There's so many great comments under this. And Philadelphia sports Twitter is just the greatest.
Don't mess with Philly sports Twitter. We will come for you. And Patrick has a grand idea, Jamie, that we could be getting some PHLY branded butt cream for opposing fans.
Yeah, butt paste.
Look, there's some fans out here.
I got a big vat of it at home.
Greg from Twitter, John Blaze. Although John Blaze, you kind of come in. Sometimes you come in with some violence. You choose violence some days. Some days you just come in, and I feel like you just thoroughly enjoy our show. Trevor, you're saying, speaking as a father, some of the diapers you change are more offensive than the middle finger. That is also true.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That's a great point. That is a great point.
Yeah.
Then tell Jazz Chisholm to stop whining when he gets called out on strikes. Patrick, Jazz was whining. He fully was.
Told you I
First
hate
of all,
this
he
guy.
called himself an alien. He's like, I'm like an alien. He was like showing off his alien necklace pregame because everybody was booing him, which I loved. He was getting some boos during his pregame interview because we don't care if you're playing or not playing yet. Once you step foot in our house, the boos are going to come pouring
What the hell
in.
does that mean? I'm an alien.
And it was like some weird, he was like proclaiming himself like out of this world. I don't remember exactly because it was so long ago. And once we started winning, I'm not thinking about Jazz Chisholm pregame, but now we are. And it was just him showing up with like a chain that had like an alien on it and claiming he's out of this world. He's like an alien. I don't know.
I can't wait to see the Marlins go home.
Yeah, go home. Nobody likes you.
Yeah, your own fan base barely even supports you. Get the hell out of Philadelphia. And, look, we're on a collision course for the Atlanta Braves. And I don't want to start looking ahead, but I do because that game is going to be, or that series, I should say, is going to be torturous and hopefully awesome at the end of it.
Yeah.
That is going to be a clash of titans.
Yeah. Well.
Come on, Aaron Nola.
It is. But another positive because we're going to continue staying in. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it, JD. You keep bringing it up. You brought up Aaron. You brought up Atlanta. You're bringing up all the A's that I don't want to hear about right now. Trey Turner, 31 for 31 stolen bases. Most perfect attempt since 1951 when they first started tracking it. Send him every time. I like the aggression. That's the only A that I want right now is aggression because there were times Nick should have been sent. Kyle should have been sent. Trey went. Bryce went. And when you trust your gut, good things happen. No hesitating. Go for it. And Trey Turner, send him every time.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's already got the Phillies record for most attempts in a row without being caught. And, having a good angle at his jumps tonight, it's going to be really hard to catch that guy on the base pass. I'd love to see Rob just ramp up the intensity of base stealing with him. Seriously, every time he's on the base pass, consider sending him.
Oh, yeah.
Eliminates the double play. Double plays can be killer in the postseason. Just send him all the time until he's caught. And, chances are he's going to get on.
He will.
Trey was awesome tonight.
He was.
He was really good. It was good to see.
Honestly, even just hearing him post game talking, like Trey is just the mentality's there, the focus, he's locked in, he says all the right things. The way that the Phillies really embrace Philadelphia and do a good job of like connecting with their fans and everything. This team gets it. They just get it, and they're bought in. They have this level of like they're having fun with it. They see the bigger picture. They're not overthinking it. They're taking one game at a time. That's what makes this team so special. Like you see the celebrations, the interviews. They're very much steady. Not too high, not too low. And when you look at a team like the Marlins that was celebrating clinching with goggles off because they want to feel the burn, that's excessive. That's too much. Whereas the Phillies they're a team that's saying the right stuff.
Nerds.
Yeah, like what? Oh, we want to feel the burn so we can remember this forever. Okay, that's stupid. You don't need to do all that. But Trey Turner talking about, just the early lead, Zack Wheeler's performance. Everything's always like team. When you hear any sort of interviews, it's not about me and all I did great. It's like, here's what my teammate did. Here's what we, the team, did. Glad to have the fans supporting us. You love that stuff.
Speaking of team, only one guy didn't get a hit tonight, and he came in late halfway through the game, and that was Brandon Marsh. Other than that, every Philly got a hit tonight. So that's a great thing to see. Trey Turner had 2 hits and a walk. Castellanos, your man, had 2 hits. So just all around a good night, and I really don't think the Marlins and Miller tomorrow are going to keep them homerless. I think somebody's going to get the long ball, and you could potentially bust one open tomorrow. So feeling great going to sleep tonight. I'm going to wake up happy. Leaving the stadium, they started playing Dancing on My Own again. I'm going to wake up with the girls tomorrow morning, and we're going to play it because that's what we did every single morning last year during the run. So I can't wait. The vibes are high. The vibes are excellent. The team is feeling it. I think Nick said on the field with John Clark after the game, Red October is here, and we're coming for you.
Oh, yeah.
And look, nobody John Blaze can talk up, tough guy, Braves talk all he wants. The Braves don't want the Phillies. Mm-hmm. The Braves and the Phillies might be the two best teams in baseball.
Yeah.
When the Phillies are clicking like this, there's a reason they started out slow. They did. The first 2.5 months, even 3 months of the year was a little rough. And then they turned their corner. Gazoon tight. A lot of allergies going on in here tonight.
I know. It's that towel you keep waving around. It's making me cold. I have goosebumps right now. No! So I say I'm cold because of the towel waving, and you wave the towel some more.
Well,
Again,
I was hot all night, so I wanted to get a little
honestly,
more.
the
overalls packing some warmth, man.
They do pack some heat because I was sweating a little bit earlier.
And by the way, there's a zipper on these bad boys.
What?
Yeah, so I didn't have to go ass cheeks out in the bathroom. There's a zipper.
Wow.
Foco thinks of everything.
The jumpers have the fly.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I had known that because that's like a secret pocket.
And then you can get to your pockets.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do a lot when you're reaching a fly.
That's so wild. Listen, there were some things in the chat that I wanted to make comments of, but yeah, we have. We're talking about Strider in Atlanta. Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna. We'll see how it stacks up.
And also, the Flyers. That's what was brought up. The Flyers are at the game.
Did you see their seats?
Well, you got to win games to have better seats.
Your point is fair. They were up near the top.
Maybe they didn't want to be near people.
Ugh.
Baseball is a sport you can watch from the nosebleeds.
Look, there's not a bad seat in Citizens Bank Park, but
they might as well been in like a.
Really, the sign of the rebuild there.
The hard part was when they showed them on TV and you could see the white background, and it's like, where are they? It looked like they were in a closet. Yeah, it was like. It looks like they're watching from a closet somewhere. Like they're not.
It was Konechny.
Yeah, it was 3 of them. Travis and 2 others.
Yeah, and Sanheim was it? And
it
was Sanheim, Lawton, and Konechny. And that's cool, they're amongst
they were there. Yeah, maybe they didn't want attention. You know what? Maybe they were being incognito.
Yeah,
maybe they didn't want to be seen
the
on
tall boy
the camera.
Mick Ultras.
Maybe they thought if they were higher up, the camera wouldn't be able to see them.
Maybe.
But cameras got zoom.
Kind of an accurate depiction of what the Flyers are these days, huh?
Yeah, they were there though. They were in the house getting a taste of.
Always love to see that.
You know what? And I love the fact they had a chance to get a sense of what the playoffs were like in Philly.
Yeah, see what it's like to win in this
because now maybe that'll help motivate them too. Oh, Big Mike McD. I hope your name is like McDonald or something. You said your son said they couldn't get them in a suite. Yeah, it's giving. It's very much giving. A chance for, as you're saying, Patrick, for ESPN to promote the NHL. Obviously, the season's is here. But yeah, that was a little interesting. It was a little
rough look.
Yeah, it was kind of like here we are. Very rough. Very rough.
You know what's not a rough look? That's DraftKings. Things are heating up in the ballpark, I can tell you, and it's not just the overalls. Every team is playing to finish the season strong and make it to the playoffs. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you won't miss out on a moment of the baseball action. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on baseball. Plus, all customers can take a crack at the sweet payday with DraftKings same-game parlays. String together multiple bets from a single game for your shot at a huge payout. The code's right down there, PHLY. So what are you waiting for? Download it, the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, and use code PHLY. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets by betting just $5 on baseball. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code PHLY. The crown is yours.
All right.
I'm not timing this one because of my voice and throat.
I feel like you might have surprised yourself.
No. I can barely get through this as it is.
I think that'll make...
My throat is giving up on me.
I think that'll make it better.
Yeah. So I'm just going to get through this. No timer tonight, folks. I'm sorry to let anyone down.
It's the playoffs.
I
think you're going to surprise yourself. Or it's going to be really funny.
This is like the 14th inning for me.
It's going to be really funny.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccp.org. PHLY. Please play responsibly. I'm hanging on by like a thread here. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, licensee partner Gold Nugget Lake Charles. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See dkng.com/baseball for eligibility. Terms and responsible gaming resources. I'm dying here. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Woo! I need something to drink.
A lot.
Yeah.
That was about a minute long.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Oh, I'm crying over here. Spiral Out said boo.
I can't play like a
And
champion.
then
My voice is
Big
quitting.
Mike said, you better learn sign language for the World Series.
Oh,
I'm
man.
literally crying.
I'm gonna have to like chug some honey tomorrow morning. Woo.
That read was 173 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't.
That took the whole show, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm dying over here.
You sound Woo!
I did it.
Oh, man. That is hilarious. Oh, man. Yeah, listen, guys, I actually can do the read. Jamie just always wants to do it. I do the read for the Union show, and I knock it out the park.
Yeah.
Every time. But Jamie always wants to do the
I
draft
should have given it
games.
to you tonight. Yeah. This is bad.
That was actually the funniest thing ever.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean it's playoff baseball, and Jamie, is struggling. It's only game one. We've got 12 more victories.
12 more to go.
And
Come
you
on.
gotta Jamie has to pick up the slack, not me.
I do. I gotta get
I'm
some
good
tea
to go.
and honey.
Listen, me.
Well, we'll see how you do tomorrow. After. me.
I think you owe DraftKings money for that.
They took enough of my money the other night with the Chiefs and the Dolphins and the Eagles.
Water.
Yeah, I gave DraftKings enough money this weekend. All right.
Water.
See, I
Come
only
on,
know
SpongeBob.
I only know SpongeBob from the memes. I was too old.
no.
I didn't really watch it.
I still watch SpongeBob.
Tyler was a big SpongeBob
I have no
guy.
problem admitting. I will every once in a while.
I heard
need
it's
to-
good. I
I
just
heard it's good. Every
I-
once in a while, I needed like a break from being an adult, and I will go watch some SpongeBob, and I
Yeah.
have no problem. Like a
Yeah.
Saturday morning, if I have a morning that's available, yeah. Yeah, pace yourself, Jamie. Right? It's only game one, guys.
I know.
That's crazy.
But
It's only
this
game
is a big
one.
date night with my wife. We were both
Oh, that's
fired
true. They didn't have the
up, you
kiddos. They were
Yeah.
going out for a
Yeah.
date. So Jamie had to lose his voice.
Yeah. She was
All
getting
right.
work more than me, so she's probably gonna be in rough shape too.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
No
tomorrow-
excuses this time of year. We'll be all right.
So tomorrow is an exciting day, and not just because there's more baseball. We get Aaron Nola going up against Braxton Garrett pitching to start. We also are going to be tailgating beforehand. So our pregame show is going to be 5 o'clock. We're actually going to bump it up. It's going to be 5 o'clock that we'll have our pregame shows live. Be sure you guys tune in. And then from there, we're going to be zooming on down on the subway, headed down to Citizens Bank Park. It's going to be the two of us. It's going to be Tyler. It's going to be Chris, who was taking shots with us. It's going to be a couple others. Charlie's going to be there with us as well, Charlie O'Connor. We're going to go down. We'll be tailgating, and we're going to challenge you guys to watch our post that we have coming soon if you forget the details, to let us know, tag us, tweet at us, comment at us, whatever else at us. Let us know where you are going to be tailgating tomorrow, because we are going to do a tailgating tour. We're not just going to be in the Jetro lot. We're going to be everywhere, and we're going to have voices.
I hope.
We're going to be shotgunning beer and whatever else. Let us know where you're going to be tomorrow for the tailgate so that the crew, the PHLY Phillies crew, can come join your tailgate. Okay? And if you forget those details, don't worry. We have a post coming. It'll remind you of all of these great things. But yes, let us know where you're tailgating. We're going to come crash your tailgate, have fun with you, do some high fives, chugs, drinks, whatever else. Maybe we dance a little bit.
No.
Maybe we sing a little bit.
I don't do either
Maybe
of
we
those.
eat some glizzies.
I had a sausage, pepper, and onions tonight.
It's not a glizzy.
It's a cousin of a glizzy.
It's like a slizzy.
It's a superior
No.
to a glizzy.
All right, whatever.
But I think that was good luck, so I got to run it back with a sausage,
Are you going
pepper.
to eat
and
that
onion.
every game?
I think I'm going to have to.
Are you one of those? Are you going to wear the same fits, eat the same things, do
No,
the
I
same
sweat
routines?
through my
Where's
hat and shirt, so I'm probably going to...
Your hat?
Yeah, I had my other sweaty hats outside.
Your head sweats?
Yeah, the subway got a little hot tonight. in these overalls, man. I'm telling you, if you want something for the winter, these things are pretty good to like put on top.
Honestly, these would be great with a nice like long sleeve shirt underneath, maybe a turtleneck. But yeah, we've got some partying to do.
Yeah.
So I see you guys in the chat. I don't see any locations yet, but don't worry, we'll get them from you. We will be back tomorrow for the pregame show, of course. So you can always tune in, and you should be tuning into that. And then, like today, how we gave away tickets, we have more coming up. Tickets, events, other things. So you should be following us at PHLY_Phillies and at PHLY_sports on all things social media, because you don't want to miss out on the chance to win some free things. Discounts, events, tickets, you name it, we've got it. Overalls for the rest of the season, possibly. Wins are definitely what we're going to be drawing
And real
up.
quick, before we get out of here, thank you, Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Nice win over the Brewers. If we can make the path even easier, I'm all for it. Let's go Diamondbacks. Shout out to our PHX crew out there out west. That's a big win for them in Milwaukee.
Yeah, we did see some PHLY and All-City folks jumped in earlier, because we do have today's a post-game PHNX, Jamie. It's PHNX.
Oh, right. Yeah.
PHX is just Phoenix. But PHNX and PHLY both had post-game victory shows.
Yeah,
There's
look
a
at
positive.
us. All cities, good vibes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Justin fucking loves us. Look at
Aw,
that.
love you
Boop,
too,
Love you
Justin.
too. Guys, we love you. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get some sleep, because we've got more cheering, towel waving, overall wearing, beard chugging, shotgunning, the cold, glizzy eating. What else? Flip-flopping to do tomorrow. Game 2, pregame show starting 5 p.m. Eastern time for PHLY Phillies podcast. Jamie Lynch, Renee Washington, Tyler Zulli, Chris Frezza bartender Chris, I should say, bringing us the drinks. We'll be back tomorrow for more. Have a great night, get some rest, and go Phillies.
We all silly like the mayor.